Hello, I'm Mantastic and Fantastic, and today I'm going to be talking about the GungHo Collab 2 ranking dungeon that is coming to North America on Monday, September 23rd. So this is part 2 of the ranking tournaments that we have for the GungHo Collab event, and it features the same 7% crown and 27% rainbow event medal for players who are able to achieve a high enough score. However, unlike the previous ranking tournament, this will be quite a different format because there are no assists allowed. And because we can't use assists, the team compositions that we are going to bring are going to be quite different compared to beforehand, and it may open some possibilities for the types of compositions that players are going to use. So, as with any ranking tournament, we have the same type of scoring system. Each combo is worth 5,000 points. Basically, each average combo total is 5,000. Every second remaining is 500 points. Hitting the 40 million damage cap is 10,000 points. And then every active skill used to kill a floor, basically no combos made, results in negative 5,000 points. So, because this is a 6-floor dungeon, the actual average combo made per floor is actually be quite high, because if we do 5,000 divided by 6, it's 833 points per combo. So if you can make one combo every second, it's actually worthwhile in the grand scheme of things. So make sure you try and utilize every second you have to make an extra combo, because it will greatly contribute to your score. Now, a way to greatly amplify your average combo count is actually utilizing a 7x6 leader. And the reason is because we now have a 7x6 is 42 orbs, so that means there is a possible 14 instead of 10 maximum combos on a given board. And the fact that we actually have first floor 99 turn skill delay means that we can't use any orb changes or really any active skills for the most part. So using a 7x6 team is kind of the way to go if you want to try and score a crown or at least top 27%. Now, as already mentioned before, there are no assists and there's a 99 turn skill delay. So as soon as you enter floor 1, you're going to have all your active skills reset down to 0, basically. So that means you're most likely not going to ever have an active skill come up, because when you think about it, you have 6 floors, so in theory a 5-turn active skill comes up in time, but is a 5-turn active skill really going to make or break a run? Probably not. So it's usually not worth actually using an active skill at that point in time. So that also means you don't need to have 100% skill bind resist, because if we're not using an active skill, it doesn't matter if we get our skills bound. So what are going to be the relevant awakenings for this tournament? So 7 combos or relevant killer awakenings can help you hit that 40 million damage cap, but I feel that you should be able to at least achieve whatever damage threshold you're wanting to hit if you use a 7x6 leader paired with a combo based card. Now, other than that, having poison resist and jam resist will make your run significantly smoother, because on floor 1 it's going to convert the whole board into wood and poison orbs. So if you have the poison resist awakening, you save yourself, because remember, you're not going to have active skills and you can't inherit the Raytheon weapons. So you actually have to use subs that have poison resist awakenings in order to actually have resistance. In theory, you can run no poison resist and just pray you get a hard skyfall, but I don't know how lucky you are, how many stones you really want to throw at it. Like, it's quite a big gamble in all honesty. So other than that, this is basically the dungeon kind of layout or breakdown. Their first floor has 3 million health, and there's 2 spawns. They are physical and attacker typing, and again, it changes the whole board to wood and poison orbs. So again, poison resist is going to save lives and stamina. Floor 2, there are 3 spawns that have 2.3 million health. They're all balance typing, and there's going to be a total of 9,450 damage as a preemptive strike. So make sure you actually have enough health to survive that preemptive, especially if you matched poisons and you need to heal up praying from skyfalls. And then floor 3 is just a physical type card with 3.6 million health. Doesn't really do anything relevant. We're just going to assume no active skills are actually being used. On floor 4, it's got 5.4 million health and then 9,400 preemptive. So again, between floor 2 and 4, if your health is too low, you want to make sure you have some way to actually heal up. Just really just want to match hard orbs, because you should be comboing the full board. It shouldn't be that much of a big issue. Floor 5 is 99% gravity, which again does nothing. It doesn't kill you, and then it doesn't matter because the last floor doesn't have a damaging preemptive strike. The last floor will spawn jammer, poison, light, and heart orbs. So having poison and jammer resist does help out on floor 6, and it's a god type with 13.5 million health. So the dungeon should be doable, and it's mostly going to be testing your puzzling skills. And yes, you want to have jammers or more so poison and maybe jammer resistance, but there are at least some farmable options. So in terms of relevant awakenings, 7 combos always are great choices, and relevant killers help out padding your damage overall, but 7 combos is really honestly the way to go. In terms of the leader you want to use, you should be using a Diabolus, either your own Diabolus or a friend's Diabolus. You don't run double Diabolus, so that does definitely alleviate a lot of the stress because you just pair of a friend and you go on your merry little way. In terms of the leader that you bring if you're not using Diabolus, you use basically any combo-based leader that has a reasonably high multiplier that does not have any color-specific requirements. Because if they're color-specific and orbs get changed away, things become problematic, just less consistent overall. So something, even like a Blue Hunter, yes, a Blue Hunter can still work. But a lot of players have started actually using the base form Nay, because base form Nay has a high flat multiplier as well as an RCV bonus for Dragonbound Dragon Collar cards. So it can make a big difference overall. Now, because North America tends to love Zeus Verse, can we use Zeus Verse? The answer is no. And the reason is because your skills get delayed, so you can't actually use healing active skills, and there are lots of preemptive attacks that damage you, so yeah, it's just not going to work. So again, the subs that you want to bring, same killers that you want to have, or 7 combos, but time extends may be important. And this is because you want to try and maximize your combo count. And it may sound a little counterintuitive saying like use some time extend because you want to try and go as fast as possible. But each combo you make, provided it took less than a second or a second, is worth more points than not being made. So again, have enough time extend to have enough movement to be comfortable to match ideally the whole board. Other than that, having the poison resist is quite key. And cards that are farmable options that are quite strong are Droid Dragon and Circuit. They both actually have 3 poison and 3 jam resist awakenings, as well as Moogle, who has 2 of each. So in theory, a Droid Dragon with a Moogle or a Circuit with a Moogle gives you full 100% immunity to both hazard orbs being spawned. So your run's consistency greatly improves overall. Now, a lot of people may be wondering, why do I see some empty sub slots for ranking dungeons? And the reason for that is because ranking dungeons are so heavily time-based. The faster you finish a dungeon, the better off you will be. But that means any type of animation is going to slow you down. Now, there are some animations that you can't help. Basically, the boss mechanics, like you get a preemptive bind, or a preemptive skill bind, a preemptive damage, attack, combo shield, whatever it is, that affects everyone. So you can't help that part. But what you can do is you can cut back on the animation time on your own team. So basically anything that uses, like say an orb unlocking, something that is haste, or even attacking animation, all adds additional time into your run, which basically eats into your total score. So by utilizing less cards, which means less, like say you have less sub-attributes, like no sub-attribute for instance, a card of no sub-attribute will be faster animation time-wise than a card with a sub-attribute, provided both of them are actually activated on a given turn. By that same logic, by removing subs, you're technically removing active pings, or like, sorry, damaging pings. So your time is slightly improved, which does definitely add up over the course of 6 floors. So if you are able to run 1 less sub, if you are comfortable doing so, that will give you greater amounts of consistency, or greater amounts of speed overall, provided you can still match enough combos and deal enough damage. Now, in terms of like people thinking, well, I need skill boost. No, you don't, because there is no active skills really in this dungeon because your skills get all delayed anyway. So you don't need to have enough skill boost. You don't need to have those bicolor board changers. So basically just bring the bare bones of a team that you need to get through the dungeon and just go with that. You don't need much more other than that. So in theory, the top ranking teams, why is this happening? Were basically base form Nay with a Diabolus friend, and then light ideal as a sub and nothing else. They prayed for Skyfalls for hearts on floor 1. But basically, the less cards you use, the higher your score will be, assuming you play just as well with a full team or a team of 1 or 2, maybe 3 less subs. In terms of solo mode badge, I would generally say the time extend may be the most helpful, just because, again, what other badge are you really going to use? Like the attack badge, maybe if you're having issues hitting the damage, but in theory, matching more combos should solve your damage problems anyways. And again, remember, every combo made is worth 833 points, and every second consumed is 500 points. So you are coming out ahead, provided you can match at least 1 combo every second. So will North America outpace Japan? That is hard to say. Like, we possibly sometimes have new cards available, so new strategies may open up, but we may try harder on certain ranking dungeons. Japan's often does better on more pure skill-based ones. Again, it's all kind of up in the air. It's hard to say, but this ranking chart was compiled by Panda with 2 A's, and basically a crowning score in Japan was 144,000, whereas a rainbow event medal for top 27% was 121,000. So this should be a reasonably good template in terms of the scores you need to achieve in order to gain a crown or a rainbow event medal. So, in conclusion, the GungHo Collab 2 ranking tournament does give players a chance for a 7% crown and a 27% rainbow event medal. Because of the fact that our skills all get delayed, we want to basically just rely on combos, so 7x6 with a high multiplier leader paired with a 7x6 card, as well as sufficient time extend to match as many combos as possible, along with poison resist to basically improve our overall consistencies. So with that in mind, let me know what you plan to actually run for this dungeon coming up. Do you plan to use a full team, maybe drop 1 sub? What kind of things you are going to try and bring? Do you have those farmable cards like Moogles, Circuits, and Droid Dragons? Hopefully you all have a fantastic day. I wish you all the best luck in your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.